We become so numb to our everyday routine that we begin to miss out on the little things in life. You can live in a house for 18 years and still discover something new, whether it's a treasure chest in the basement or a family of bunnies living under the porch. Life is extravagant and well detailed, but sometimes you don't think about that until you're face to face with the responsibility of almost taking someone's life. My family was moving furniture from my house to my grandmother's house. I put the box spring on the truck bed, followed by the mattress, followed by the dresser. The mattress weighed down the box spring, and then the dresser kept everything in place. I ran in the house to grab the keys, and my brother closed the truck bed. We both waited on my mother to put some more stuff into the back seat, and then we sped off. I usually fall asleep on car rides. They relax me for some reason. But I felt uneasy today, maybe because my body was sore from moving all week. My brother usually drives pretty fast, and I usually have to remind him to slow down some, but I was tired, so I just laid my head on the window. And like I said, my brother drives pretty fast, but I wasn't in a position to really think about anything at the moment, so I didn't say anything or pay attention to the stuff in the truck bed until my brother slowed down dramatically and said, "Shit." My head shot up and I said, "What happened?" And then I looked at the truck bed. The box spring had fell off. I hopped out of the car and said, "Oh my God." And my brother hopped out of the car saying, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." And we looked around, and then when it hit us, we ran on the expressway. Kept searching for the box spring, and we looked over the overpass because I knew that if the box spring had fell out on the turning point of that overpass, it would have caused an accident. I've never been in a situation like this before. There's been plenty of times where I thought I was going to get into a car accident or my brother was going to get in a car accident, but never a time when I would be solely responsible for a car accident. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I knew that it was some family who were just driving, doing whatever families do, and then a box spring would just land on top of their car, or a truck would be driving and hit the box spring because it didn't see it on the ground. I knew this is what was going to happen. And at the time, I had no regard for my own life. We had ran through the expressway, dodging cars to make sure the box spring didn't fall off on the other side of the street, to make sure nobody else's life was in danger. And at that time, that's when I realized that I may care more about other people than I do myself. And you never really consider that until you have that weight of knowing that something you did could cause the end of someone else's life. Luckily, the box spring was laying in the grass patch or the ravine. I don't know what those things are on the expressway. They're just, like the little hills that are on the expressway. There was water at the bottom of it, and the box spring was laying right above there. It was pretty steep, so I ran back to the truck to get an old sheet because it was summertime and I had been wearing shorts and the grass was pretty high. And my brother looked at me in the eye and said, "We're going to have to get it." And if it was up to me, we wouldn't have got that box spring. I tried to stumble down the hill with the sheet wrapped around my exposed legs, and my brother had on jogging pants, luckily. So he ran down and he picked it up. He had to lift it on his head, and I grabbed one side of it to try to keep him balanced, and we walked up the steep hill of the expressway. We pushed the mattress over and threw the box spring back in its original place. And then I suggested that we rearrange everything. And my brother said, "No, don't worry about it," because he drove 10 miles per hour for the next 10 minutes. We eventually got to my grandmother's house, and she came out of the house and she said, "What took you guys so long?" We both sat in silence for a second. Then he said, "It fell off." And she looked and she said, what the hell do you mean it fell off? He said, the box spring fell off the car. And she said, where? And we said, the expressway. She said, nobody was hurt, was they? We said, no, it fell into the grass patch, luckily. And she said, man, what was y'all doing? Somebody should have been paying attention. And my brother looked over at me and I pretended to be asleep.